Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Corinna. It is Sunday night, so welcome to a new day, actually a new night. So I have a food pantry recipe for you today, and I'm going to be cooking a Mexican meal called Picadillo. So in this recipe, I'll go over everything that's included, okay? So we'll have ground beef, and this was received at the food pantry. And I'm going to dice up some potatoes. I don't know if I'll use both of them because this is a pretty good size, but I'll see when I'm done. And I'm going to dice them up pretty small, okay? And I'm going to probably just use half of this onion because it's pretty good size. And I'm going to use petite diced tomatoes, and I'll probably just use half of that can because it's a bigger can, and I'll just use half. And tomato sauce, and I'll also use only half of that can. That's a 15-ounce can. I only want half of that. Alright, and the seasonings we're going to use some salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne red pepper, some ground cumin, and we're going to try some ancho chili pepper in there, just a tad bit, not too much. Mexican oregano, and you can see this is more of a ground oregano instead of like the leafy flowery stuff. And then adobo with sazon. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this stuff in there because I don't want to overpower it, not knowing how the taste will come out. Alright? And I'm going to use, this is flour here, I'm just going to use a tad bit to thicken up the juice. And this is me showing you, I'm going to be using some water as well. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and just cut up my onion and potato, and I'll be back when we're ready to actually start cooking. Okay? Stay tuned. Okay everyone, so I am just going to do all the video right here on the stove, so you can see everything that goes into this. So first I'm going to cook up my ground beef, and this is lean ground beef that we got from the pantry, so I don't think I'm going to have to drain it. Okay, so I've got the burner on medium, so I'm going to let that get warmed up. I'll be right back. Okay, so got the ground beef here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the onions in there and cook it up with the ground beef. Now, this is one of those recipes. It's basically what you want to put in it. A lot of people also cut up some garlic and saute the onion and garlic together. We don't have any garlic. Again, this is actually an impromptu video because I had no idea what I was going to make with this ground beef, and this is what I decided. So I figured, well, I'll do a video on it. So yeah, this is just like spur of the moment. I didn't have a meal planned for tonight because I just never know when Glenn's going to be able to eat or what he wants to eat. Last night I made a chicken dinner with instant mashed potatoes, sweet carrots, and some corn, and he unfortunately was not able to eat, so he had a kind of a bad day yesterday. He took like 2 bites out of his chicken and he didn't eat anything else. He went to sleep pretty much for the night. Today was a little okay. I did make a pizza for lunch, and he was able to eat his share of the pizza, but then his stomach was hurting, so it's kind of just hit and miss. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's not hungry right now. He doesn't feel like eating. His stomach is hurting, so I'm not sure. Maybe he'll taste it a little bit, but I don't know if he'll actually eat. So while this is cooking up here, I've got my potatoes all diced up here. When you cut them up, try to get them as evenly as possible so they cook evenly. I actually never get them evenly. So that's just the way I end up cutting them. So I don't think it's a big deal though. Okay, so and I mixed up all the seasonings in here. So what I have in here is a half a tablespoon of ground cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of adobo with sazon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cayenne red pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of ancho chili pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of Mexican oregano. And the salt and pepper I will put in at free will, because we just normally put salt and pepper in. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to put some pepper in right now. I'll put the seasonings in when I put the liquids in. So, and I've never actually had this before, so hopefully it tastes good. And if you don't want it thickened, you don't have to put the flour in. If you want it more of juicy. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's pretty cold here in Wisconsin. I think either this morning or last night we had a real feel of 23 or 25 below zero. I did not go outside at all today, obviously. I have to start up the truck tomorrow. I did start it up yesterday and let it run for a while. Or let it run. Okay, so yeah, earlier today I made a banana eclair tort. I made that before, and there's a video on it, so I'll put that link to that video in the description below, as well as everything I'm using right now in this picadillo. Okay, so I appreciate you tuning in to watch my videos, not only this one, but all the other ones. Appreciate all the support. This back burner has always been a little more off than the other burners. It doesn't heat up as much. It heats up pretty good, but it's just a tad bit off. But because, like I said before, my other big burner is out of commission, I have to use this one. Alright, I will be back as soon as I'm ready to put the water and the tomato sauce in, and with the potatoes, okay? So stay tuned. Alright everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the flour in now. I'm going to mix this up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in the tomato sauce. I have them in these, I know I showed the can in the recipe, but I had opened up a can, which I had 2 little small things in the refrigerator, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. And right now, I'm going to throw in my water. And that was about 1.5 cups there. And now I'm going to throw in my potatoes. And again, everything is to your taste. So I'm treading lightly on the strong seasonings, because you know how I like or dislike spice, but I also want to make it good. So this is my canned tomatoes. I'm just going to throw in, I'm not going to drain it either, because that'll give some juices as well. And I put in half a can there. I'm not really a stewed tomato type of person, but Glenn likes tomatoes. I don't mind them when they're cut small like this. That's okay. All right. Maybe I'll throw more in. They're not too bad. I'll just throw the whole can in. That should be edible. That's what we use in our chili anyway. So yeah, I was contemplating making this or a more traditional type chili. But I decided to go with this. It looked pretty good. All right, I'm going to throw in my seasonings now. And this is the mixture of seasonings. Oh, God help me. Hopefully I can eat this. And I'm going to throw in, I already put some pepper and salt on when I was cooking the ground beef, but I'm going to throw some pepper in right now. I don't want to put in any more salt because all the seasonings I just put in. So when I'm ready to check it again, we'll check and see if it needs any salt. I don't think this looks too bad at all. Now the purpose of the flour was we're going to cover this up and we're going to let it simmer for a while because the potatoes have to cook, because those potatoes are not cooked. But the purpose of the flour again was to thicken it up, and if you want to eat this on a tortilla, then you won't have all the juices. Or you can leave the flour out and leave it juicy and eat it out of a bowl or a plate or whatever. You can serve it with rice or beans, and rice and beans or whatever. So all right, so we are done for now. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. I'm going to turn the burner down a little bit to about 3, which is 2 notches before half. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up and we'll check it in a little while. All right, everyone, so we are going to check this. You can see how much this is going to steam really good. I can hear it bubbling. Oh yeah. And those spices, the smell just comes right out of there. You can see, oh, is this red? Looks good though. I tell you what, if it is too spicy for me, I'm going to douse it with sour cream and cheese and it should kill it. I've got to check the potatoes, see if they're done. I don't think so. Potatoes still got a ways to go, but they got a little bit to go, but I'm going to put some without the potato in a bowl here and see what we got for taste. Glenn might want to taste it. Ooh. I'll tell you, when I was getting those seasonings together, man, was that making my nose itch. So, all right, I'm going to turn it down just slightly. I'm going to put the cover back on. Oh, let me get a spoon and I'll be right back to taste. All right, folks, so I have a bowl here, not too much in there, and I'm going to taste this. It's definitely missing salt. It's not salty whatsoever. Well, there's no heat creeping up on me. That's not to say it won't. But the initial taste is, it definitely needs salt. Right now, it sounds like I'm tasting some heat. But it definitely has a different flavor to it. As with all those seasonings, you would expect it to. I can't explain the flavor. It's not a bad flavor, but it definitely needs some salt put in on that. So I'm gonna let Glenn taste it. I'm gonna throw it back in, like put some salt in it and let Glenn taste it. All right, so we'll be back. Okay, everyone, so we're ready to eat. As you can see, it got a little darker in color, a little on the reddish orangish side. We both agreed that it's missing something. Obviously, it was missing some salt. So, but I don't want to add too much. So what we do in that case is we just add to our own bowls, so we don't oversalt the whole thing. But it's still, we also thought it was missing either more of the seasonings or another seasoning. But as you saw, I didn't put too much of the seasonings in there, so maybe we'll try more next time. It didn't have a kick to it, but definitely a taste to it. A taste that's still missing something. So we're just going to add our own seasonings to our own bowls here. And Glenn is going to have a bowl, and he's going to add some crushed red peppers to his for the spice. And he's going to also add more adobo with sazon on it. Alright, so I'm probably just going to add a little bit of salt to mine, and we'll call it. So we also thought you could add some like pinto beans to this, or kidney beans, whatever you want. So yeah, maybe next time we'll add some beans. But it doesn't have a bad taste. It tastes pretty good. We just can't figure out what that seasoning that's missing. So maybe it's more of what I already put in there. So okay, so I'm gonna pour Glenn some here. Now, when I was letting this cook, I basically let it cook on about 3 for heat wise on the stove, and it's been cooking for about an hour here. So, and that was to get the potatoes soft. So maybe next time if I make this again, which I'm sure I will at some point, maybe I'll pre-boil the potatoes. But maybe it's a good thing, because the longer this sits here, the more the flavors are going to go into it. So maybe tomorrow we'll taste more of a spice or something. I don't know. But it's good. So we're going to sit down and eat. I think I'm going to add some shredded cheese to mine. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and taking this time out of your day and watching this impromptu video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you all have a good week. Remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time. Hey everyone, so giving an update on we're sitting down to eat now, so I just want to give an update on the taste of the picadillo. It's a good meal. Definitely we'll make it again. Next time we are going to put some pinto beans in there from a can. I did throw some shredded cheese in mine, like I said I was going to do, and now I heated up some corn tortillas, and you see Blackie right there in the corner. So he likes to sniff the food in case he wants some. So, but yeah, it came out good. The longer it simmered, the thicker the juice got. So it's pretty thick right now. And as you can see, my nose is running, but I think more of the flavors soaked into the food itself. But yeah, I did throw some salt into the whole pan of it, and I think it's good now. So yeah, definitely we'll make this again. It's really good on the corn tortillas. See, I got my corn tortillas here. So with the thickness, I think you can put some in a tortilla and just have a little taco. So I just wanted to update you guys. I'm watching a DVD right now. I'm watching This Boy's Life with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio when he was a young kid. I've had this DVD for a long time and never opened it. But I do love the movie. So, yeah, I'm going to continue watching that and eating, drinking a bottle of iced tea. So, all right. See you later, guys.